All right, and welcome to part two of this week's Drag the Lake. Too much podcast for just one, and also why not break it up and get a little extra out of it?
You're welcome.
Yeah, I hated that I started that way, but let's just keep going. I swear to God, if you guys could just every podcast just skip 10 minutes ahead, and I'm cooking, baby.
Oh yeah, we're going.
We just gotta shed the onion layers of I hate myself. And once we get into that core of like, you're a pretty great guy, Andy, that's when the podcast to really fucking start. So,
Great take.
you were saying before we started recording, you wanted to bring up something about August Burns Red because they just dropped a new album. What were you thinking on that?
August Burns Red, Andy. I know that you had brought it up. Actually, I was talking to a Laker out there on Twitter. We were talking a little bit about he was suggesting that we should, in fact, go over the new August Burns record or August Burns Red record that came out. It's called Death Below. Super brutal album art. And I was going to explain to you how much I enjoyed the album, and but I know that when I initially brought it up, you said that you necessarily didn't love it that much. But I wanted to
Um,
share some of my thoughts about how I took this album in, and also bring up a fun topic concerning that. So Andy, a lot of times I listen. I love two of my favorite places to listen to music are while I'm walking, like walking
ooh,
through a city or something
I'm
like
so
that.
glad you said this. I wanted to talk to you about this
Okay, perfect.
because the location of this album I listened to had a big effect on my enjoyment of it.
Let me tell you, because so not only does the environment affect my first listen of this album, but also in the method in which I do listen to it. So my two favorite places are walking on a walk, or in the car. Those are those are the two best in my like purest ways to listen. So a lot of times when I listen with headphones, though, I listen with only one end. I
Yeah.
I like to keep one. I don't know if it's just my fear. You know what it really is, honestly, is the fact that I can hear too much of what's in my head, like my literal head. Like when I walk, I can hear my body bouncing around, and I can hear myself breathing in and out and stuff. I don't like it. So I
What
don't
kind of
like
headphones do
listening.
you have?
Just like the earbuds, like the wireless earbuds. Um, but like I was listening to this album, and I could tell, and it's so funny because I actually said it out loud on my walk, was was the fact that I hear it's an age old scourge of anybody that listens to music with one headphone in, is the you hear the chug 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 chug, and what's happening on the other side, I can kind of hear it in this one, is a squeak, like it's something else happening. And I go one of these, I go, ah, you panning son of a bitch.
I was wondering if you were gonna bring that up because you said about you were like, I'm listening to August Burns Red, one earphone in, and I go, oh no, you gotta have both.
Yeah, it was,
It's a
but that's what I was saying.
technical,
I
it's
still
a
enjoyed it.
it's a technical metal band.
Yeah,
They're gonna split those guitars because it's the same thing with an Every Time I Die album.
yeah,
They're going in on the guitar. They
yeah.
want their own track. They're not sharing it with anyone. They want you to hear every squiggly D that they're fucking throwing down on you. So
Jordan gets a side.
if you got
Yeah.
one earphone in, you're only listening to 75% of a song.
So that's why I was saying, like, so my first one, so this naturally brought up the subject I wanted to bring up to you, and you've already brought up a great example in Every Time I Die. But the kings of the pan, like bands that I feel use the art of panning to the fullest extent, and I would say August Burns Red.
Kings of the Pan sounds like old dudes who can't stop shitting themselves, so they just have to have bedpans.
Kings of the can, you know what I'm saying, huh?
No, what?
What?
Huh?
No, it's something. It's like, because like they call like the can, like,
Yeah, like Andy Warhol, Campbell's.
yeah, like a can of soup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, but Kings of the Pan.
Did you hear about that school shooting?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, August Burns Red.
Hey, big shout out to women. You guys are doing it.
You can
So
do anything we can do.
Yeah, great job. Hey, that's so progressive of you.
Sorry, I just wanted to make the awkward moment as awkward as possible. Anyway,
Hey,
August Burns Red.
it brought us out of it. No, so my first listen was with one headphone, and it made me feel like even with the one headphone, I could still hear like a faint sound of the other side a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got the idea of the album the first time. And I feel like that's a really interesting way to listen to it. Like also depending on what ear I put in that day. I usually go right, but if I had picked left, would I have loved the album as much? Because I definitely gave it a second listen on the way to the show on Sunday and back. And I kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I really did.
So I did not do the headphones on. I've only listened to this album once. I was doing a show. Shout out Dice. I always forget. Do you know Dice? I always forget his last name.
Clay.
Yeah, Andrew. I was doing a show with Andrew.
Right. How is the old son of a bitch, huh? Still doing those nursery rhymes?
Yeah. He's crushing it. But I
Transgender. The shooter was transgender.
3 kids, 3 adults. And but I what is this bit?
I don't know.
We
I
gotta
like
post this and send it right to August Burns Red and go, please watch our album
it.
review.
Hey, do you like our album review?
Yeah, no
I
one's
love your
doing
album
this.
with
No
one
one's
headphone
doing
in,
this.
no matter how many school shootings there was.
Every goddamn music podcast, they're all a bunch of goofy ass progressives. You got me, no rules ass anarchist. You got Pat.
I'm the peaceful nihilist.
He's basically an early 2000s Democrat, which is a Nazi at this point.
Damn.
Just kidding. I feel like you're actually gonna worry about that. I'm kidding.
No, I know I'm not.
You should worry about that. But
I don't like that you can. I don't like that you can call yourself an anarchist. I get it.
You can call yourself whatever you want.
I know that's what I'm saying. You got to pick your thing. I don't get to pick my thing.
I'm just going. I mean, you can call it. You can call yourself whatever you want. I'm just saying what I think you are.
Wait, no. That's not mine. That's not. No, don't. That's not mine.
You couldn't have picked a better time to say that when I was talking over it. Because no one will get that audio clean now. When we eventually get popular and get canceled for our gypsy comments.
Oh yeah, but I'll like that's still I gotta tell you.
No.
Even
Let's
in
not
the
go.
apology, even in the apology,
go.
I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna go. Yeah, but like, come on.
Yeah,
it's like how many? Like 2,000 people. Come on.
Yeah, there's also nine kids injured. But let me get back to August Burns Red.
That's our reset. I love that. That's good. That's a good one.
There should be a thing because you and me are good on a tangent. Whenever we get too far down a tangent, you just hit a school shooting fact. But Jesus Christ.
Did you see the body cam footage?
Yeah, honestly, the body cam footage ruled.
It was pretty cool. It was like
you never get to see hero cops like fucking just murk a guy, dude, for doing the worst thing ever.
My favorite part was like they were on it, they were on point, they were fucking killing it, literally. but they
they were killing it. Yes, they were. Yes, they fucking.
They don't get it. They don't get it. But the one point where like he's like they're going through one door and like the kind of fat cop in front of him opens the door and he like gives a command and the guy doesn't move like immediately and he fucking like puts his hand on his shoulder and shoves him through the door first.
Well, dude,
it's so cool, dude.
How much do you want to bet before those body cams started filming? They were just like, we're putting those Uvalde pussies to shame. We're doing this right.
There's probably, they probably, you know how like they start recording 2 seconds before they say, and like they keep recording a little bit after they stop recording or whatever. There's definitely footage of like, yeah, those fucking pussies in Uvalde, you fucking ain't got shit on us, man.
Yeah, we sanitized our hands after we killed them.
But yeah, so anyway,
Kings. I was in the car on the way to the show. I was in the car on the way to the show. They have a manifesto. They haven't released it yet. No, I was. We're gonna call this episode August Burns Red album review and nothing else.
Yeah, and nothing else.
And nothing else. But Oh yeah, no, I was on the car on the way to the show. It was like an hour and a half there. I was listening to what was I listening to? Oh shit. I forgot. I want to talk about the new Fall Out Boy record. I don't know if we'll
Oh
have enough
right.
time for that. I recorded a whole video on that, so we don't actually have to get into that if we don't have time. But go check out that video. Not enough people are watching it, and I was on point in that video. What am I trying to say? Yeah, I was listening. I was on the way over to the show, about an hour and a half drive. I was listening to the Fall Out Boy record, then I listened to the August Burns Red record on the album. And like, here's the thing about it. I was listening to the car, and I gotta say, car for me right now is optimal listening experience. It's the only time because it's like CrossFit is my main workout, so I don't really go on walks. I kind of want to go on more walks and stuff, but I just haven't worked them into the routine and shit. So like I don't get a lot of listening done working out. If I'm at work, it's not like super loud or anything. You know what I mean? So car is the time I get the best music listening done. So that's like my definite preferred. And it probably would be because I have to like do shit. You know what I mean? I can't just like I can't. I feel like there's one of those. I remember there's one of those fucking like lo-fi while you study 24/7 YouTube channels, and there's one of them where it's like a dude and he's got headphones plugged into a record and he's just laying in the like I can't just listen to music and just like lay there.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Or I will
I
say
can't do nothing. I have to be doing something. But
I
that's why the headphones help.
I will say though, actually, because Sundays is open gym, and when I'm at open gym, just lifting on my own, I do get some good listening in because that's like an hour uninterrupted. I
I'll pop the other headphone in while like if I'm shopping. Like to me, like there's something very underrated, Andy, about getting super high and then grocery shopping by yourself with both headphones in, just listening to like the most like your favorite music.
hmm,
It could be either like a really good like a great playlist or even like I was listening to the I usually listen to my guard passing day playlist or even like instrumentals a lot of times if I'm trying to like think or write. But it's another great mindless kind of activity, which
yeah,
it probably shouldn't be. I should probably pay attention to what I'm buying.
no, don't do that. Just fucking go off on impulse, dude. Me going, fuck, dude. Me buying groceries high would be treacherous. Because
It's really
like
not as bad as you think. You actually buy a lot less than you think.
I don't know. I fucking we had those sandwiches. I was talking on the first episode. We had those ham sandwiches. And then like I swear when we were driving home, the first store I stopped at, I stopped to get like Oreos and shit. I get so hungry. I love eating food when I'm high. I'm the
Yeah.
first guy to ever say that. But but yeah, so
So you were listening
no,
on
but
the
actually, I
way.
will say too, grocery store is a good music time. I forgot about grocery store. I do get some good listening in at the grocery store. um, that's definitely the most amount of times I've caught myself kind of like vibing out to the music, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you just everyone's around you. I caught myself. I think I was telling Nate about that. I was listening to Jesus Christ, what the fuck's his name? The rapper who goes like do 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 do. Why am I blanking on his fucking name?
DJ Khaled?
No, Jesus Christ, no. God, no. Um,
Crazy.
it's West Side Guns. Jesus Christ, it was, and I thought of it. Everyone watching, I thought of it before I actually looked it up. My phone was in the process of unlocking. I didn't get a chance to look it up. I didn't forget West Side Guns. That was gonna bother me. But no, I'm listening to like West Side Guns, and I catch myself doing like rapper hands, like listening along to the song, like. I'll get into some fucking music. That's why I like it in the car. It's the safest place.
Yeah.
It's, it's when those windows are up, I'm safe. No one can hurt me. So I
Yeah.
just, I fucking drum along. Dude, I was doing it the other night driving home. I was playing some songs that I knew on the drums, and I'm like, I would speed up so I could then play the bass drum.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah. I
was
do that shit
not
all the
safe.
time.
It was not safe.
I was just gonna say, I like I'll like find myself like 10 or 20 miles under the speed limit because I've just been like focusing on that or something like that, or like just going like
Yeah.
and not even like, not that I'm not paying attention. I'm still paying attention to the road. I'm just not paying attention to like moving forward.
You're okay with slowing down because you want to hit the part right.
Yeah, I gotta nail that part, or if I don't get that fill, I'm gonna fuck up. So like I feel like, so I think there's like certain bands like with especially listening in the car and stuff like that, you really start appreciating like panning drums, and like not just like, guitars going back and forth or playing two separate things or something, like layering or something like that. But like August Burns Red will take a drum, like a drum roll or drum fill or something like that, where like they're like just going through the kit and it goes from left to right, right to left, or something like that. Unearth does it all the time. Propaganda is another one that's like will not only have that where they have like the
They'll
painting.
tell you to go vegan from left to right.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, it's all cops are bastards. But like they have this weird like this weird skill of like being able, like, not skill, it's not like it's just like I said, there's like a subtlety to it. Like if you
Yeah.
you can have, sometimes you hear a song, I feel like there's a lot of times where you just, if you completely cut it out of, you don't blend it at all in like the other side at all, I feel
Hmm.
like you lose some of it. There is a way to do it where it's almost like having it, I don't know. It doesn't feel live because you wouldn't experience that live. It's like, it's kind of like the, what's that? Fuck. What's the effect? Do you know what I'm
Like the
talking about? The
flanger,
huh?
like the flanger.
No, no, not that. I'm saying like the effect, like when a train go, like when the train goes by and it goes, "Ba, ba,
Yeah,
ba,"
Doppler effect.
Doppler effect. It's not like you don't get that sensation. By the way, nailed that. You
Yeah,
didn't
you
even
know
have to
why
look
I
that
nailed
up.
that?
Why?
My brother had this really dumb joke all the time, and it fucking sucked, but it always got me.
What is it?
Where he's like, what the fuck would he say? He's like, have you ever heard of Doppler cat? And I go, what? He's like, Doppler cat. And I'd be like, what's that? And he'd go, meow. I'd be like, the fuck just happened?
I like it. I can
Yeah,
get
and
into
it would
that.
all, I'd always like, it would always get me because he would do this thing with his mouth where he'd like, yeah, like he'd figure out how to like open his mouth down the line almost.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry I did any of that. Anyway, Doppler effect.
No, I'm just saying like they have a way of like of giving that sensation almost. Like
Yeah,
it gives more depth to the album. That's not like it doesn't feel like schlocky or like sticky or something like that. It's like it just like
yeah,
there's a real subtlety to it that,
it adds an extra layer of production onto it.
yeah, and I feel like August Burns Red is a band that does that. And I feel like this album in particular, like there've always been, what did you call them earlier? Like as far as like a technical metal
They're like
band?
ADD core.
Well, I was thinking Chameleon Core with this album because I felt like there's parts of it where they've always had like a keyboard, I feel like, but like it almost, there's parts of it that sound like Between the Buried and Me. There's parts of it that sounded like,
So can I jump on that what you
yeah,
just
go
said?
ahead.
It reminded me of Between the Buried of Me because I don't remember. Now I'm not aggressively up to date on every single August Burns Red album,
Same.
but I don't feel like they've done the whole
Epic, like the
like just the song never stops thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that was really cool. So my general thing, oh yeah, and that made it the fact that it never stopped, that made it feel like a Between the Buried and Me album.
yeah, same.
And but like, so my general thing about August Burns Red is I like them a lot, but they don't give you like for each song as one cohesive thought. They don't give you a lot to hold on to, but what they do is they hit you with a bunch of like just cool shit over and over
Really
and over
interesting
again.
things, yeah.
And yeah, the album was good, but it was kind of what I've been saying about August Burns Red this whole time. So I liked it, but I didn't get overly like I didn't get overly emotionally invested in it. It was what I always get in an August Burns Red album, and this is why I like that the songs bled into each other because it was actually good drive-in thinking background music for me
Yeah.
because I could kind of zone out and then something cool would happen, and I'd be like, oh, because like that's the other thing. I gotta give them props. They would every song they would have a moment where you'd stop and go, what the fuck is that? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And it wasn't, remember how like they used to be, to me they were always the very interesting breakdown band.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, every like they'd have cool guitar parts, they'd have a cool solo, but for the most part it was what was their chug rhythm gonna be? Are they gonna go chut 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 chut, or are they gonna go chut 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 chut? Like, it's just
Yeah.
it's like when you get the option to fucking pick your own pattern for your vibration for your cell phone. You know what I mean? Like when you go like, oh, this is a cool one. It goes beep 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 beep. Oh, cool. That's different than mine. But they have so many different elements now where they're like, there was parts of it where like it reminded me they took that ability to have those weird like staggered tempos like that and turn it almost like there's parts of it that sounded like newer Dillinger. That was like, damn, August Burns. That's why I was saying Chameleon Core, because I feel like they're able to like go, we can do, because like there's a who is it? Muse. Muse put out an album, whatever, I think it was called The Second State or something like that. I can't remember what the name of the album was, but it was a newer one.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like each track was, they're like, hey, we're gonna do a Queen song. We're gonna do a song that like Queen would write. Then we're gonna do a song that like this alternative, like the alternative band would write. Like each one of them sounded like, oh, let's do a Michael Jackson song. You know what I mean? Like let's just each one of them, let's do a pop. Like they could, it felt like they could just fully mimic each band, and I felt like this was that but metal.
You
You
know
know
what's
what I'm saying?
funny? You mentioned that, like, oh, let's do a Queen song. Let's do this song. August Burns Red's actually really good for covers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they have like a big holiday album. They did what the I'm trying to find where it would be on like Wikipedia. Oh yeah, they did Chop Suey.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Um they did, I know they did like the Zelda theme.
That's cool.
Yeah, they've had a bunch of like really fun covers.
I thought they were, and I don't mean this as like a disrespect or anything like that, but I felt like they were just more, I didn't think that they were this dynamic. I guess I didn't think that they were this like, because it felt like this was so much different than what I've heard from them in the past. And I
Yeah.
never disliked them before. Like I wasn't like, oh yeah, whatever, but they just felt like, yeah, they're the band that kind of has those cool breakdown parts. You know what I mean? But now they have like this epic guitar solos. They have these fucking weird, cool, like nice, and like even like having the tracks in there that are cool, but you're obviously so the band can rest. You know what I mean? Like those tracks where it's like an interlude that's a minute and a half, and it's like clearly this could just be a pre-recorded thing while they can all towel off and tune their guitars and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, but they put it in the album. It's part of the life of the album, and then it, like you said, the song just flows into the next song. So this
I actually
feels
that
like
was
a
the
prog
part
song or album.
I thought the flow, like the album never got boring.
No,
The
yeah,
how it flowed from song to song was very enjoyable.
yeah. To me, this was one of those things that like it couldn't be. So like them having that like the painting thing didn't take as much away from it, even with not having, like you said, like 25 if not 50% of the album. Like
Yeah.
the first listen I was still totally like, like I was intrigued for sure, but I actually like there were still songs that I was like screenshotting that like, damn, I want to talk about this one. Like
Huh.
I do that a lot of times where like potential ones to be added to the playlist, I'll like screenshot and go back and revisit and say like,
Yeah.
is this really as good as, or was this like, did this cool part catch me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that'll happen too, where I'll space out for a little bit and be like, is this a cool song or just a cool part?
Hmm.
So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, I look forward to it. I've listened to it actually a couple more times since then, and it's definitely better with two headphones.
I can agree with that. Let me
Pat's official review. Listen with both headphones.
Pat's hot take, have two headphones. Let me play you this video. I thought this was interesting. Pat, are you afraid of AI?
Yeah.
All right, well, get ready to be more afraid of it.
Okay, cool.
You might notice that I sound like Kanye West. No, Yeezy didn't record a voiceover for me for this video. I didn't learn how to do impressions. This is AI.
And I'll stop it whenever you want. If you need a break to cry or anything, I'll stop it.
So let me come back to my original voice for a second because this is crazy. Today on Metaverse, I posted AI Kanye covering popular songs. Here's an example of him singing Day and Night.
Whoa, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
So that's clearly crazy. And I started thinking, you know, what are the implications of this for the music industry? Now all you have to do is record reference vocals and replace it with a trained model of any musician you like, which is exactly what
All right, so he's gonna record. Wait,
Honestly, maybe pick someone else.
what?
What if you're gonna steal anyone's identity? Why would it be Kanye West right now?
I don't know.
Is he coming back?
I don't know if he's thinking that deep.
He's just like, hey, let's just do it with this. What?
What's wrong on my internet?
What happened?
Yeah, I just want to get to the one part, because basically, yeah, sorry about that. My internet's being fucking weird. No, I just want to get to the one part because he basically at one point he
Impressions.
he records his own.
Praise be to.
Yeah, here he records. So he records his own lyrics. It was funny to actually hear what he says in the lyrics will make you laugh in context to what you just said. What is wrong with my internet? I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so he records his own lyrics and then he puts on the whole Kanye thing, and it's just like it's wild how similar it sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go.
In the hood, just like I'm easy. Kanye, Wheezy, Southside of Chicago, life ain't easy. All praise be to Lord Jesus, Donda, please rest easy. All right, let me cut it there. So let's hear those vocals I just recorded now with Kanye over there.
I got a fantasy that's beautiful, that's dark and twisted. But I attacked the whole religion, all because of my ignorance. What was I thinking? That was some bitch shit. I lost Adidas, but I'm still Yeezy. Back in the kitchen, man, I'm a genius. Boys in the hood, just like I'm easy. Kanye, Wheezy, Southside of Chicago, life ain't easy. All praise be to Lord Jesus, Donda, please rest easy. All right, let me cut it there.
The video is infuriating.
What?
The video is infuriating. Like the mouth's moving and the head moving back and forth couldn't look worse, but it sounds awesome.
Wow, it's like you focused on everything I didn't want you to focus on. You're like,
remember that spectrum we were talking about earlier?
You're like, should he be talking about Kanye right now? And then you're like, wow, the mouth on that video didn't look good. I'm like, Pat, how about the fact that it sounds exactly like Kanye recorded it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna jump through that screen like a fucking grudge bitch.
This is what happens when we don't do pre-pro, Andy.
What?
I said this is what happens when we don't do pre-pro, Andy.
What the fuck we gotta do pre-pro? I just showed you the craziest shit in the fucking world.
It's crazy.
You don't need pre-pro on that.
So what do you think this has? What effect do you think this will have? And what artist would you want to impersonate?
Who would I want to impersonate? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, I would probably just impersonate Killer Mike and have him rap the whole time. People like, Andy is really fucking cool. I want to be friends with Andy.
Oh, I thought it'd be just repeatedly just saying hard R's. Just be like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this now.
Matt, I can say those at home without AI if
Really?
I want to. I don't need AI to bust out a hard R. In the privacy, that's actually when I'm air drumming, that's actually what I'm doing. I'm not.
You have that programmed into like do.
Yeah, the reason my car's slowing down is because I'm just screaming hard R's. I'm not even hitting the pedal. I'm just screaming hard R's. No, but yeah, that's like the interesting conversation because I think a lot of people kind of, I don't know, the more I'm learning about this AI stuff, I don't think it's necessarily gonna be as catastrophic as people think, because I think people only focus on the bad thing that could happen and like not focus and not be like, they're always gonna figure out Contrary shit. Now, the stuff with AI where they're putting like fucking guns on those little AI dogs, that's scary as hell. But let's just talk about this for now.
You
No, but
did it. You just did the thing that you said, like everybody always goes to the worst part, and then you just did it.
well, because I don't know the contrary to that one yet. I haven't thought deeply about that.
There's no silver lining yet. That's still just terrifying. We can't joke about that yet.
I guess the silver lining is it's the same conversation when people will be like, oh, you think you stand a chance against the government? They have like F-1 bombers, and you're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but also, you think the government's just gonna bomb most of their people? You know what I mean? Or they'll be like, they got way bigger guns. It's like, yeah, and then they have to go and shoot everyone with them. You think they're just gonna do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole other conversation. I think with the AI, I was thinking about this with the AI stuff because people are freaking out because they're like, it was funny. It was cracking me up because they're like, yeah, when you're online, you're just not going to know what's real. And then I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. How are you going to figure out what's real? And you're like, I know, get offline.
Yeah, go look at stuff in life.
So I was thinking about that and I was like, oh, that's kind of the silver lining in this AI dystopia everyone's afraid of, where it's like, it's actually it's gonna create a new version of what things were.
Yeah.
Because it's like you almost won't want to go online because you'll just, it's only gonna be nonsense. So you're gonna create a whole nother world of people being like unplugged and shit like that. And not wanting to do all those things.
Yeah, this is my concern with like, so I'm more realistically as far as like what I think the big problem would be as far as like apocalypse stuff. I feel like we would all lose power way before anything else. And guess what those sumbitches run on? Power. So once them little doggies can't recharge them batteries, then we're hunky dory. So I feel like if it's a matter of like, but that just creates a whole myriad of other problems. But I think ultimately the things that I fear with like AI and stuff like that are more like a lot of times, especially with music, is the fact that that's what we mostly listen to music on, is our phones, is the computers, anything like. I realistically don't have any like actual way to listen to music unless I play it with like instruments, like because I don't have a record player. I don't have anything like that. I don't have like a record player that has one of those little speakers attached to it that you don't need a whole electricity. You can just kind of crank it. So
yeah.
So realistically, you're right. This like to effectively beat AI, you just have to shut it off. So, like you just unplug it, just be like, oh.
Well,
done.
it's like I think that's actually what made me
with all due respect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm afraid of Mind Force. You're afraid of AI.
Dude, they got a way bigger gang.
Yeah, AI will probably beat you up worse than Mind Force.
Yeah, I've done a lot of terrible shit. I have broken multiple laptops.
Yo, dude, like those AI robots from fucking
if they find the bodies, I'm in big trouble. If they get into this closet and they get over to that, oh man.
Dude, those AI robots from fucking iRobot are just gonna roll up and be like, "We know what you fucking did, big boy."
Yeah, they do. So like, so that's again, that's just like the peaceful nihilism I have. Like, they already know all of my secrets. They're gonna come and get me if they want me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, I think AI like this, like with this song and shit, because I've seen a couple things where. Like I saw someone take Lil Uzi Vert's voice and put him over, and they had him rap an entire Future song, which was really interesting. And it's kind of crazy, but I think what it'll do is, I think because like on the internet, a lot of this AI shit is going to just turn the internet into, because here's the thing, people crave authenticity and they crave real shit. So the AI art is cool, but it's like you could have the coolest picture, like you could have the coolest picture in the world, but you know, you find out it's like, oh yeah, computer made it because I typed 5 words into it. It kind of
Yeah.
makes it less special. People want something that an actual person made. Now, here's the thing. Like PR companies and shit like that, or
Like Puerto Ricans,
yeah, you know, mainly
sombrero
people doing law,
marketers,
yeah,
taco shell
sombrero
companies.
factories. No, stop.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. No. What am I getting?
I know a
you
couple. They're
No,
cool with
sorry,
it.
my
We would laugh
cat's
at that.
purring at me. Where is he? Oh, there he is. If he comes by, I'll show him to you. But
Diesel.
stop. I'm trying to focus. No, I think it'll create more value in real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like it'll create more value in the real thing. So I honestly think stuff like this, it actually might help rappers, like the rate for their features. It actually might help rappers make more money because you'll have so many like fake Lil Uzi Vert verses. But if you can be like, I have the authentic Lil Uzi, that'll like give it more value. I actually think in a weird way, like a lot of this AI art and a lot of this AI shit, it'll create more value for like live, like doing shit in real life. You know what I mean? It'll make people want to go, because it'll just make the internet, like, it'll just kind of lose the pizzazz and value of shit like that on the internet. You know what I mean?
Also, this will
Because
give
it's so, it can be so mass produced and it can be given to you so easily that you're just gonna be like, you know, it'll make me want to go buy some shitty pot at a local flea market over whatever crazy over the top fucking picture you can make in 2 seconds.
So that's what I'm saying is this also, this could offer a level of like a tier of monetization that artists can make by maybe renting their voice out. Do you know what I mean? Like they could say, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can use my likeness for this advertising. You can use my let me hear the verse. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, you can use my voice for that.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. It's gonna be the new auto tune.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, because if they want a tighter, better sounding verse,
It'll be,
artists are
all
just
the
gonna,
features will be Lil or Uzi Vert. You know what I mean? It'll be Kanye West, and I'm doing air quotes for anybody listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll be because it'll be people pretending to be them. And also, what will this do, Andy, to the celebrity impression business? What are stand-up comics going to do? Is Pablo Francisco out of the job? He is. He was already out of the job. But
I was gonna say, isn't he hanging on by a thread?
Basically, but this
All due
reminds
respect
me,
to Pablo.
speaking of Pablo Francisco, this actually reminds me of my favorite lane, not necessarily in this same vein with like music, but is movie clips where Arnold Schwarzenegger is being added into movie clips as the main character, and they AI his face and his voice to the scene.
Yeah.
I just saw him as Jonah Hill during the scene where he tries to buy alcohol in Superbad. Hilarious.
Oh,
Not
which
terrifying.
Jonah Hill, you were all worried about Kanye. Don't worry, dude. He's back. Jonah
You're
Hill
right.
turned him.
He fixed him.
Fixed him. Jonah Hill factory reset Kanye.
Yeah, he's like, damn, Jews are funny. Like, also, by the way, if you're gonna pick a funny Jew, all due respect, but I mean, like, there's funnier Jews.
I'm sure he hasn't gotten. Jonah Hill's a good starter Jew for Kanye to get back into him.
Yeah. He's the nice warm bath that Kanye can dip his toe into to get back into the Jew pool.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Did you have anything else you wanted to go over?
I got nothing.
Yeah, I had another thing, but it wasn't that. Actually, we still got some time, and I am curious actually of your opinion on this. So I saw this tweet, and I'm trying to figure out if it's unprofessional or not. So let me walk you through this tweet. So whoever Julianne from Loveless is, I guess some lady named Julianne who's in this band called Loveless. Oh. So she tweeted, I guess she basically wrote a song for this band called Falling Through April.
Yeah.
Here's the song. So just like a okay song.
No, that was bad. That sounded like shitty country.
No,
I'm sorry. With all due
it
respect.
did. I mean, I don't give a shit. How dare you, Pat? I just
that was
started
fucking-
dating.
that
I
was
just started
terrible.
dating all of. I just started dating all of Falling Through April. Don't you say that?
Hey man, your bitch can't sing, dude. I mean, she can sing, but that didn't sound good.
But I guess there's this band Conquer Divide, and they posted their new video for their song Paralyzed. And this band Falling Through April, they have a song also called Paralyzed. And they commented, they go, fuck, we wrote a song called Paralyzed too, but it's dog water compared to this. Why are y'all so amazing though? And then they posted the link, and I guess this lady, Julianne, got offended. And she goes, rolling my eyes so hard at all this, because I guess Julianne was the one. She wrote this song for them. God damn it.
That one sounds almost like Sales.
So that's her proof with like the reference track. What were you saying?
I said that one sounds good. That one almost sounds like Sales.
Whoop, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I said that one sounded pretty good. I like that version a little bit more, and it sounded kind of like Seosin in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's crazy
but-
how different it is, but how incredibly similar it is.
Yeah, and how both are bad.
Yeah.
Uh.
Well, like I said, the first one was dog shit. The second one, maybe just played after that first one. If you had played that one first, I might have said that one was the worst, but either way.
But no, so basically what's going on here is the
Dog
girl who
water.
actually wrote the song is getting offended because she thinks that they called the song dog water. And I'm sort of looking at it like, hey lady, I think they're just trying to get some extra views. And
Yeah.
like that's why they posted the link in the comments. And I think this girl got really up in her feelings and ended up doing something like kind of unprofessional. Cause it's like, here's the thing. They paid you. Here, I'll take it off the screen. It's like they paid you for the song already. And
Yeah.
like they didn't ask you to go because she's trying to be all cool about this because like people were asking her like about the song, being like, yo, this is a little like maybe kind of trying to say it's like a little unprofessional or whatever the fuck. And she's kind of being like I saw her make one comment where she was like, that song took me like 5 minutes to write anyway. So it's like, okay, so you're actually saying it sucks. Like you just got your feelings hurt and now you're trying to cover up for it. And it honestly, in my opinion, comes off as fucking unprofessional because they already paid for the fucking song. If it's theirs now, they can say it fucking sucks if they want because it's their song. They paid for it.
Yeah. So you think that the girl who actually wrote the song is being unprofessional?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like first off, you didn't catch the fucking vibe of what was going on. They like very clearly are literally just trying to big up this other band and use it as an excuse to spam their comments with their fucking song. But this girl made it all about her, was just like, you didn't like the song. Well, I didn't even fucking like it to begin with.
I would also argue in that case, then why'd you buy the song? Like you bought and then released the song. It's kind of like one of those things of this just seems like people are they're just arguing out of like the sake of arguing. Do you know what I mean? Like it literally there's no point for it. They're very similar. The first song does sound better in my opinion. So maybe they were like, if you sell a song and then somebody fucks it up or makes it worse, then you don't really have the right, I guess, to say it sucks because you sold it. Like if you know what I mean? Like I guess in that sense, if it was stolen, if you're this is my problem. This has the framework of you accusing them of stealing it, but you are saying that they bought it. So the only point of this would be to post your version of it because you think it's better, and that's why. So in that sense, I would say, yeah, it's totally unprofessional. But then I would say that the band that responds by saying this fucking song sucks anyways, like you wrote it or you put it out, like you
Well,
bought the song.
Is that the cops coming for you for your hot takes?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the fire department to put this hot take out.
No, see, I think more of what they're trying to say is like compared to yours, are like they probably like their song, but they're like compared to yours, ours is hot dog water or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and I don't get that. I don't get what I've never heard that term before. We gotta get into that. What does dog water mean? Does that
I think it
would
just
assume
means
bad?
I think it just means the water left over after a dog took a couple slurps.
So like it's like shitty dog spit in water.
Yeah.
Like they don't like that sounds also like a Christian insult, which makes me feel like I don't want to listen to any one of these cunts talk because it sounds awful.
Yeah.
But the first version of the song sounds better. The earlier version.
I'll get into your Christian shit when it's metalcore, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, by the way, I want to tell you this because I was coming at this dude. There's this dude. Oh, there's this dude I work with who I've been trying to get him to be like, yo, because he legit throws back like 800 to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, which you're only supposed to have 400. And then he's also a big fan of Jesus, which, you know, I don't hate on Jesus. I love me some Jesus sometimes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. I love me some God and shit like that. Sometimes, you know, it's you go through your day, you think there's a guy guiding you. All of our gods are just a little bit different.
Obviously.
We all got them, they're just different, baby. But he was cracking me up because he's like trying to tell me he's so fucking wired all day, every day. And I finally sat him down. I was like, dude, you got to stop drinking so much caffeine. You got to stop drinking so much caffeine. And he's like, nah, he's like, the caffeine doesn't really affect me. I go, yes, it fucking does. I was like, I hate when people say that shit. And especially if you're throwing back like 800 milligrams a day, it's fucking affecting you, dude.
Yeah,
you just haven't.
Has to.
You just haven't. Yeah, you will have, if you don't drink anything in the morning, you will have the worst migraine of your life.
Right.
So it literally does affect you. But then he tries to, because this dude, he's a big fan of Jesus. And I love him for it. If you're listening, buddy, I love you for it. But he's trying to tell me, he's like, no, he's like, the reason I'm really jazzed up every day is like, I don't even start my day with caffeine. I just start playing gospel music and that just gets me going. I go, and then what do you do after that, buddy? He's like, it's like before like your day even gets going, you're throwing back like 400 milligrams. And he just keeps going back to, he's like, no, dude, it's the Christian rock.
It's obviously all of this. Oh, damn. I couldn't remember the goddamn name of the band. God damn it.
Creed?
No. Yeah, there's Creed, but there was that other one. It was Skillet. That was the name of the band.
Skillet. Okay.
You ever heard of Skillet? Dude, there's like a weird fucking like fan group for Skillet. I had no idea how big they were, but that is a reference that I had to pull out right at the end. What?
But no, he's basically like, he's just like, no, ignore those like 3 double shot espresso drinks I drink. It is the Christian rock music that I start my day off with. And I'm like, so you listen to Christian rock at 6 a.m, and when you're still running around like a spaz at 2 p.m., you think it's just the fucking sweet riffs?
Yeah, I tell you what, just if that's the case, just spend one whole day, no caffeine drinks and pure Christian rock. Nothing else, and we'll find out what happens.
I told him. He said he was gonna tomorrow. I don't think he's gonna.
There's no way he can't. Yeah. He physically can't, or he will be ill.
Well, no, because he kept being like, he kept trying to be like, no. He's like, caffeine really doesn't do anything, and I go, that's bullshit. Because if it didn't do anything, you wouldn't even drink that much of it. If it was just the Christian rock, you wouldn't be drinking that much of it. The only reason you drink that much of the fucking shit is because you get jazzed up on it and you like it and you have to do it. And I literally at one point, because he kept trying to say, He's like, nah, dude, I just get the Holy Spirit in me. And I just go, no, dude, stop. You got to listen to me. It's literally a factor of like the caffeine. You're only supposed to have 400 milligrams a day. You're throwing back 2.5 times that.
Yeah, you're redlining.
You gotta
more than enough of the body of Christ.
And I was like, and then he tries to be like, he's like, hey, I've been fine up until he's like, I've been fine so far. And I go, and you're eventually not gonna be. Like you're only 33. You can deal with this for now, but eventually your heart's gonna give out. You gotta stop doing this.
And he's like, well, then I'll be with the Lord. It doesn't matter.
And we'll be fucking jamming out together. All right. That's the episode. Thank you everyone for listening. We love you all. Until next time, be about it. Peace.